Just so you guys know, there's a brand new episode on my podcast, Let's Get Real, the podcast. It's for anyone. Don't forget to check it out. Available on all streaming platforms. New episodes every single Monday. And of course, my book, Mindfulness Through the Stars, is available in Target, Amazon, pretty much anywhere you can find books nationwide. Go check it out. It's a mindfulness guide to becoming a better you through your zodiac sign. And finally, Zodiac Haven is my website. There are constantly sales going on, so if you love astrology, anything, or spiritual items, go check it out. And if you're interested in anything I just mentioned, everything will be linked down below. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Ashley and I make astrology videos here on YouTube. So today's style of video is a little bit different. I haven't done this in a long time, like back in 2018. I used to do these all the time where I would do like Zodiac talk with a mukbang. And today I'll be doing a mukbang. I'll be eating McDonald's, which I never ever eat because I don't like McDonald's, but their nuggies are kind of good. I don't mind some nuggies with the habanero dip. So I will be eating some nuggies and talking about zodiac signs. Today I'll be talking about zodiac signs as toxic friends. This one's real easy for me to speak from experience on because I've had so many toxic friendships. I can't even count. There's just been so many. Also, I want you to pay attention to this video because if it resonates with you, that might be a sign. Maybe you're not looking at the toxic friend. Maybe you are the toxic friend and maybe you need to put yourself in check. See if you resonate with anything that has to do with your sign. Figure out if you're the toxic friend because sometimes we don't know. Sometimes we just gotta be a little self-aware. So if you do resonate, if you feel like there's something in this video that I discuss or anything in general that might be interfering with your happiness or your well-being or even achieving your goals, then I think BetterHelp is a really good option for you. So if you haven't heard of BetterHelp, it's actually a website that will assess your needs and match you with a licensed therapist. You'll get timely and thoughtful responses, plus you can schedule a weekly check-in with your therapist via phone or video call so you don't ever have to sit in an uncomfortable waiting room. Keep in mind it's available for individuals and couples, so if you do want to try out couple therapy, that's an option as well. It's way more affordable than offline therapy, plus there's actually financial assistance available. So if you wanted to save money on your first month and get 10% off, then visit TryBetterHelp, that's HELP.com/theamateurguru to join over 50,000 people taking charge of their mental health today. Hi, could I get the 6-piece nuggets value meal? I'll do barbecue sauce and habanero sauce.
Anything else?
That's it. Ooh, I'm so excited. Thanks so much. Okay, let's eat. I'm so hungry. Oh my goodness. I already sanitized, but I'm gonna sanitize again because we all know it's Rona season. It's not like a traditional mukbang where you see all the food and all that. And I'm sorry about that, but I mean, it's nuggies. Everybody's familiar with the chicken nuggets from McDonald's and the fries. Whoa, this is so weird. I literally never eat this. Oh my god, I'm gonna get so sick. Just so you guys know, this is a part 1 of 2. Part 2 will be up, I think, in 2 weeks. I don't know yet, probably 2 weeks or 1 week. I'll be talking about Gemini to Scorpio today. Okay, so we're talking about zodiac signs as toxic friends. Oof, god. If you hear this and you're like, oh my god, this sounds like my friend, then you got some cutting off to do because it's not okay. You're probably like, can you just get to the damn video? I want to hear. Okay, I want to preface this video by saying that if you do have all these toxic traits, it's probably because you're an unevolved version of your sign, which means that you can change. You can change. Your personality is not set in stone. You can definitely put the work in and become a better version of you. If you're interested in doing that, buy my book, Mindfulness Through the Stars, link below. But yeah, don't take this personally because, I mean, it doesn't mean that you're a horrible person or your friend is a horrible person. So now that we know this means you're unevolved and this isn't your personality, let's talk about the Gemini. I'm sorry in advance for talking with food in my mouth. It's gonna happen. It's a mukbang. If you have a toxic Gemini friend, they're probably something like this. They love attention and they'll stop at nothing to get it. An unevolved, toxic friend, Gemini, looks a little something like this. Your friend is probably really big on attention. Usually this is rooted in insecurity or just not having enough attention at home or something like that. The way that this affects your friendship is that they always want attention more than anything else. Like, they'll leave you at a party to go get the attention of a bunch of people, or they'll ditch you in school to hang out with cooler people that stroke their ego in different ways. They like the attention of males or females, whatever, and they don't really consider you. Not all of you like attention. There's also the aspect of just being fake. A toxic Gemini friend is fake. Fake as in they talk a lot of shit. A toxic Gemini will talk behind your back and you'll find out about it and they'll be very unapologetic about it. They'll like make up an excuse or they'll lie their way out of it, but they will never just own up and be like, you know what, I was wrong, I'm sorry. They might gaslight you into thinking you're sensitive, saying that like, oh my god, I didn't mean like that was just a joke. I would say it to your face. They're very like toxic in that way. They're also very mean. Like, they'll call you out on things for absolutely no reason. Like, if you start using a new slang, they'll be like, since when did you start saying this? Or since when did blah, 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 blah. Like, they'll call you out if you're trying new things. And usually it's because they're insecure. And it's sad because it makes their friends feel like shit. I know I said I didn't like McDonald's, but I'm going through these fries quick. Oh, you can't see. I don't really eat fries. I was hungry today. Yeah, the next sign is Cancer. Ooh, the toxic Cancer. I feel like there's more toxic Cancers than non-toxic Cancers, or at least the ones I come across. I don't know, but toxic Cancer is very needy. For example, if you just got yourself a man and you're friends with a Cancer, the Cancer will guilt you into thinking that you ditched them for your boyfriend, and they're gonna make you feel really bad about it to the point where like you have to start lying to them about who you're with because like you know they're gonna judge you or make you feel like shit. They get really in their feelings. They hate feeling rejected, so they project that onto you. And it's not fair. They're also very emotional, and if you can't understand where they're coming from all the time, they make you feel like a terrible person. They like to like victim blame too. So if they fucked up, they'll paint themselves out to be the victim to the point that you feel sorry for them. And it's not okay. Another thing about them is that, honestly, this is something people kind of overlook, but they tend to gossip. You know how everybody has that one person that they kind of tell everything to, and like when you say, I promise I won't tell anyone, they don't count because they're like an extension of your brain. Cancers have like 10 of those. So they don't think they're gossiping because they're like, oh, I'm only telling my close friend and my boyfriend and my other close friend and my sister and my this and my... Next thing you know, 9 people know your business. And it can come back up and you're just like, why did you tell them? And like, they don't mean to be airing out your business. They genuinely like feel like they're innocent because they trust so many people. And they like to open their mouth. They're also very manipulative and know how to make you feel sorry for them. This is so good. Leo. I mean, like, this one feels like I'm gonna get repetitive because I've already talked so bad about Leos that you kind of heard the toxic from me many times. And I've refrained from talking shit, if you didn't notice. I haven't been doing it for years, like 2 years now. So, okay. Toxic Leo friends look like this. They're like very about themselves, but they think that they're not. So even the ones that say like, oh, I'm not like the usual Leos, usually are like the usual Leos. And they kind of make everything about themselves. Like when you're asking for advice, it's always trailed back to like, oh, one time when I did this, when I did that. And you're like, okay, I get you're trying to like empathize with me and like be relatable, but it's not about you right now. And it's just very embarrassing. They also, of course, love attention, similar to the Gemini, where like they'll put their need for having attention over your well-being. Like similar setup in a party, social settings, at school, at work. They just love attention. They can't help it. It's just part of their personality. Some of them are able to be mindful of that, and some of them aren't. It's the ones that aren't that can get really toxic. They also tend to disappear when they get in relationships and then pop back up when they break up. Don't be that person. Do not be that person. It's very hard to enjoy your wins with a Leo because they get jealous. They're confident in themselves. Like the jealousy doesn't come from insecurity more so. It comes from like they just want to always be better. I guess it's insecurity. They always want to be better. Sometimes they won't celebrate your wins with you. You'll tell them some super exciting news and it's like you tell them that you just like started work. They're like, oh, no way. Cool. They don't care. And if they do, they downplay it because they don't want to give you the satisfaction because they like everything to be about them. They like all the wins to be theirs. They like to be successful. They like to be more successful than you. So it gets real toxic. The Virgo, stubborn. They're so stubborn that when you fight, it's like you're talking to a wall. Honestly, I've had so many toxic Virgo friends. This is them in a nutshell. They drag you into all their drama. And Virgos love drama. Like, drama follows them around. And they drag you right down with them. They always need advice. They never take it. They're always having fights with their boyfriends, their girlfriends, their other friends, their moms, their dads, and you always get involved somehow. It is exhausting. They also like to do things their way and don't like to reason at all. When they're wrong, they don't apologize. They just get defensive. Virgos are so defensive. Honestly, I'm very lucky with my Virgo boyfriend because he's not at all. But he is stubborn, I will tell you that. All Virgos I've ever met are so stubborn. Like, they literally never, ever see when they're wrong. Except him. I lucked out, man, because Virgos are crazy. I don't know if I could be with a Virgo that wasn't him. Honestly, Virgos are very exhausting. Like, you actually get tired fighting with them. Like, you get tired. You're just like talking in circles, and they like to get rowdy too. Like, having a reasonable conversation with them is really hard. They're hotheads. They blame you for everything, and they're a little snobby. And they're always gonna be snobby when you introduce your friends to them. Libra. Libras are too dependent. Like, they're way too dependent. If you don't answer their phone call, you feel bad because they make you feel like you always have to be there. Like, around the clock, 24/7. Again, not all of them. The toxic ones. They don't like to do things alone. So they always drag you along and try and get you to go with them places. And when you don't go, they make you feel bad as if you never do things for them. It's a little crazy. They don't even mean to make you feel bad, but they just expect you to always be there. Well, toxic Libras love to give the silent treatment. They don't sort out their issues, they just shut down. Eventually, when they do sort it out, they can be decent at communicating, but it takes forever. Because at first, they just want to shut up and just like ignore you. And that gets you nowhere. It just pisses you off more. They're kind of crazy. The Libras that I have met have been weirdly sane. I've never met a crazy Libra, but I've heard about a lot. A lot of my friends' exes are Libras, and they're psychotic. Like, I'm not talking like, nah, I did meet one crazy Libra. I'm not talking like, oh, they're a little crazy. Like, they're psychotic. Like, restraining order type of people, you know? I'm on my last bite. That was so good. Libras also like to guilt trip you a lot of the times, like with anything. If they ask you a favor, if they just like want to tell you something, you don't give them the reaction they wanted. If they like anything, like Libras like to guilt trip you. Like, it's like they get pleasure out of seeing you feel bad. They don't even want you to like apologize. They just want to see you like suffer, like feel bad. It's very weird. I've noticed this with a lot of Libras where like sometimes they don't even care about the situation. They just want to like come out stronger and like more right, or just make sure you know that you like fucked up or that you're wrong. And it's like pretty shady. Scorpios are just shady friends when they're toxic. Like, toxic Scorpio is just super shady and super private and doesn't want you to know any of their business, and they always get themselves into trouble and never tell you anything until like shit hits the fan, and then they need you, and they're very, very needy when it comes down to it. Like, they're not always needy, but they usually let things go way too far because they always end up in bad situations and they drag you right down. They're also super secretive and very unapologetic about it. It's like when you're their friend, it's kind of like you know nothing about them, and you just have to be okay with that, but they know everything about you. When you're kind of prying for more info, or you just want to like understand them better, like they make you feel like you're a bad person, like you're nosy, and that you're just like in their business, and they're like really mean about it. They're very mean, as if like, I don't need to tell you shit. Like, you don't need to know anything. You know enough about me. And it's like very unnecessary. They're also very sneaky. They go behind your back and they do things. Depends on how close your friendship is. This could affect you, this might not, but they can definitely get super, super sneaky. They always like to seem better than you, but it's unintentional. That's the weird thing. So they always like to sound smarter and better and more educated, and they go out of their way to like I don't even know how to describe it. They come across as pretentious, and they don't know that they are. So they're not intentional like the Leo. They're more just like constantly taking digs and trying to sound better than you without like intentionally doing it. I don't know. It's very weird. So yeah, that's toxic Scorpio for you. They're the type of person to do shit behind your back. And yeah. So once again, guys, I want to clarify that this does not mean that you are this way. I'm not saying Scorpios are this, Aries are this, blah, 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 are this. What I mean is, if you have a toxic friend of this sign, this is probably what they're like. But not all your friends are toxic. My Libra best friend is not toxic. She doesn't fit any of these descriptions, but I've had Libra friends that have been toxic. Not crazy, but they've been toxic, you know what I mean? So just keep that in mind. Like, I'm not describing you as a person, I'm describing your sign as a toxic person. So yeah, part 2, I don't know when it will be up, hopefully next Friday or the Friday after that. This video is just so long, it would have been like 40 minutes if I did all of them in one video. If you like my little mukbangs or drive with me while talking about zodiac signs, let me know and I'll keep doing them. If you prefer me just sitting down and focusing on the camera, I could keep doing that too. But anyways, don't forget to try BetterHelp.com. Check out the link in my description to take advantage of the offer that they have. And with that being said, I guess that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.